Done. Okay.
You want to
Okay.
do a little hello to everybody before I go?
Yep. Hello, everyone. So, welcome, everyone. Welcome. Today is June 13th, 2023, and we're here for a weekly Coherence Meditation. And the topic for today is the healing duality within ourselves and the world around us. And Seth, take it away, sir. It's all yours.
How does my volume sound?
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. Great. So tonight, we were going to stay doing the different body systems and all of that, which we will continue to do next week. But we wanted to focus a little bit more on what you could say is a pressing itch, oops, of the admin thing. So anyway, in this day and age, everything looks so much more polarized than it ever did before. And when you begin to heal the part of your consciousness that's perceiving the world, and I'm just throwing this out there, I'm not saying it's fact, but what would your world be like if you took full responsibility for how you perceive reality? And I say that because there's been enough scientific data and enough personal experiences to kind of demonstrate, like, who's really perceiving this world, right? Like, who am I? How am I perceiving it? All these different possibilities start to come into the forefront of awareness. And the reason I say, what if, people are like, oh, there's terrible things happening in the world, and that's not me or anything. But how do we know, right? Like, if we're being totally honest, what if we as individuals are having higher experience on our own? We don't really know. But what we do know is that when someone changes their state of being and intentionally allows their consciousness to both expand and focus inward, and we've seen the effect that it has in the world. And I am so grateful, and I'm so lucky to say that I've tested this out countless times in countless different scenarios. And I'm convinced, but I want everybody to have their own experience of it. So, duality. What is duality? Simply, it's just you're perceiving different polarities that are usually not totally balanced. And so when you get balanced, when you get into a place of, you're not just stuck in your prefrontal cortex, just go through everything that reminds you of who you think you are, and you're relaxing, and you're getting into a state where, you can heal your own perception of duality. And when you do that, sure, things are going to be happening that you don't like, but you're going to have a lot more empathy and care for it. So with that said, I just want to let everybody know that. Let's get comfortable. Wherever you're seated or laying down.
Hey, Seth.
Yeah.
Sorry to butt in.
Whatever.
I was going to ask you this prior to going live, but are we going to drop off at the end again? Or are we should we kind of switch things up, maybe do a little Q&A in the beginning, or maybe hold it off to the beginning of the next week?
Actually, it'd be great actually to do it now if you want, because then we can take whatever information comes through and kind of bring us into a meditation rather than doing a Q&A at the end or dropping off. So
right. And I know it's last week, in case anybody didn't see last week, then we had Laura Eisenhower and Andrew Bartzis, the galactic historian. So we don't necessarily have a lot of, I guess, Q&A maybe, unless anybody would like to raise their hand and chime in. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Otherwise, if we don't, I guess we can continue. We can always say the Q&A at the beginning of next week then.
Yeah, we can, we'll do it at the end. Why not? This isn't, last week was, hold on, so let's just go with the flow, right? And if we get to the end and dribble as you can. For the next 30 to 45 minutes, let your seat or your bed hold you. For 3 or 4 seconds, the inhale. In rhythm, put a little, because that deep down somewhere, it is a true patience and practices. They get somebody relaxed when you let yourself to reveal itself to your mind. Or for right now, because I want everybody to completely, with your consciousness, recognizing that the energy, and as you begin to get more conscious of words with the English language that allows us all to perceive that. And for a moment, I want everybody to just gently take of that. If you can feel your heart, so let to the middle of your head, like literally these little things, just, take your attention on it till it does. Let yourself be aware. The heart and brain coherence that's happening. One of us are super conscious beings. So in harmony with that energy, to heal the parts of our perception, the colors and emotions we feel. Red, these are all concepts that all of us have learned. State of coherence. There, all of the other bodily systems in your being, to the degree that in everything you begin to trust that this miracle makes itself known. If you're able to feel allow all of us to come into a situation, all forms of identification with, there's an extreme polarity in your whole body. And if you can't do it, don't even worry. It functions in a way that allows you, me, us, where we go in our lives. We have the ability to feel our heart. And when you allow these systems of your body, so energy happening, it seems, and we have the ability to let our awareness state of expansion, the inners, you with the source of energy that is working miracle deeply, that your consciousness expands, that energy has the potential to come right back to you. Your consciousness to be supported by the physical way of expansion. See one point in your body, to focus in the middle of your chest. At the same time, it's focused inward. And if you keep allowing yourself to do that, at any point, if you feel pain or you're expanding right in us all, and allow yourself to realize how much potential, in any kind of way, it only works when you're in and feel the mechanics of, and think about how that energy is, how powerful that energy has the potential, the ability to completely override all. So what happens if we, profound life is, and feeling it, anything that's happening in this world powerful as an individual who has of your heart, that you begin all feelings of been firmly root bound in every universe, this living galaxy will complete systems that will let you straight influx of energy that's always been there, but that completely let all of its systems or waiting or whatever you want to call being present begins to firm. We are taking responsibility because when we become whole, to the degree that you begin to feeling like this person who's trapped in us, to expand outward into a world simple as just allowing the heart, brain, and gut or divine self is birth. Keep yourself relaxed. Don't focus on, because you're doing the inner gardening where plants and flowers can bloom. You can't articulate it, but you can feel it. And the more you make getting in tune by practicing being whole, that when you go out so much greater than the energy of chaos in a state of expansion. And as you affect reality, the more your body and your being and your aware regularly, it literally energizes, asking for your attention. You begin, how can any of the great cosmic energies that put a little smile back on your face, chemical features that are in imagines, it is the pulse to that, into that point of reality, particularly feeling that you love, but you feel that you would love to feel that and become in ways that so far over, because we've always been in tune with it. That smile going while you're breathing. Imagine what that smile would feel like. The divine energy, you could call it, is orgasmic energy that you sending those beginner signals to just every time you let yourself be sink into it. You feel totally allows every single heart to beat gently, with the assumption that if that unified energy makes sense, and over this divine energy that is closer to, I mean, really, we take responsibility for how we perceive everything. You are in a state of harmony that enough of us who choose to get together and create. And when you're in this kind, to be aware of this much more up now, we're choosing to just be such equilibrium, and how all the in your life where you're experiencing of you that wants for your